Wow, there's a lot of cameras on you.
No, can you?
Okay, so I want to show you how it's done. First step is to take the words and hold them facing you, okay? So every time you're standing and you're holding the talit like this, the bracha, you know there's a bracha for everything in Jewish life, the bracha starts like all the rest and ends with two new words. If you could repeat after me. Lehit atef.
Lehit atef.
Batzitzit.
Batzitzit.
And that means to wrap myself up in the tzitzit. So what are the tzitzit? These special fringes, okay? One day I'll teach you how in these loops and knots you spell out the Shema. Actually, it's very cool if you can read these. I'll show you how. But what do the loops and knots add up to? 613. Does that number sound familiar to you? 613 mitzvot in the Torah. So when you wrap yourself up in the tzitziot, you're wrapping yourself up in a reminder to do mitzvot.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, so let's say the bracha.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו.
Lehit atef.
Lehit atef.
Batzitzit.
Batzitzit.
Amen. Okay. Now you do a swoosh.
Confused.
That's it. You got it.
So like.
Oh, keep one hand as an anchor. Keep this still and swish this one around. That's the way. Yes, beautiful. Okay, now stand between your parents. These can go over your elbows, so it doesn't fly away like a cape. That's good. And now, parents, you can read and choose the plural as you go.
Into our hands, O God, you have placed your Torah to be taught by one generation to the next. And now we pray that our child will always be worthy of this sacred inheritance. Take the Torah's teaching into your heart, live by it, and in turn pass it on to your children. May you continue to grow in your search for wisdom and purpose. May you always be counted among those who respond to the needs of the Jewish people and to the commandments of our God.
Amen. And together, Shehechianu, Baruch, Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'hihyanu l'zman hazeh. Amen. And Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
Now you're ready.
Yeah.
Now you're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, enjoy.
Thank you.
We're so happy.
See that we have this wonderful group of people gathered from all different spaces and places in the world and from all different spaces of our community here at Holy Blossom too. And what is so beautiful about this Shabbat and about being here on Shabbat in particular is that it is grounded in Torah. We read Torah on this day. We'll hear Simone chant from the Torah in a short while. And it is the gift that is unique to the Jewish people on this day that also underpins who we are as a people.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'amo Yisrael, ve'ahava.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shem kevod malchuto le'olam va'ed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מנצחך היום על לבביך, ושמרתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, בשוכבך ובקומך, ופשרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו לתותחות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות להם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
As one Rothschild sibling sits down, the others come and help us with a little bit of reading as we anticipate the Ge'ulah, our blessing of redemption. So also keep listening out, because in a minute we're going to have some more music and a little instruction about that.
True and enduring, beloved and precious, oh, awesome and adore, good and beautiful is that eternal truth. The God of the universe is our sovereign, the rock of Jacob, our protecting shield.
Generation to generation, O God, you endure as your name endures. Your throne is upright, your faithfulness everlasting. Steadfast and precious, your words are resplendent with life and sustaining power. They stand the test of time. Adonai, you redeemed us from Egypt and set us free from the house of bondage. In turn, your cherished ones offer songs of praise and melodies of thanks to you, the sovereign living God. High and exalted, mighty and awesome, you humble the proud and raise the low. You free the captive and redeem the oppressed. You answer the moment we cry out.
Praises to God Most High, who is praised and is praiseworthy. Moses, Miriam and children of Israel answered you with this song of rejoicing.
Good reading. Hey, thank you.
Ein kamocha ba'elohim Adonai, Men shouted out the door, Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yisrael Namahe, Adonai Yosem Mohitin, Adonai Yvarech Namo Shalom, Al HaRachamim, Etiva B'Tzom Haaretz Zion, Dimnei Chomot Yerushalayim, Imecha Levad Matanu, Melech Yerachim Zadon Lorachim. Vayehi Mitzvah Aaron, Vayomer Moshe, Kuma Adonai, Vayafutzu Oevecha, Ve'anusu Mifanecha, Mifanecha, Ki Mitzion Tetzei Torah, Ki Mitzion Tetzei Torah, U'devar Yerushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Ve'atot Yisrael, Kidushato, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Gadol Shemo, Gadol Adonai, U'rova Shemo Yachda, Lecha Adonai Hagedu, Laveh Gevu, Laveh Atiferet, Le'anei Zameh Yehovah Shamayim Baret, Yehovah Shamayim Baret, Adonai Amanah Namim Maseh Romenu Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Na'olam Omer, Al Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam Ha'olam Omer, Al HaTorah ve'al Avodah ve'al Gemilut Hasayim, Al HaTorah ve'al Avodah ve'al Gemilut Hasayim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omer, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omer, Al Shlosha Devarim.
Okay, you may be seated, and for anybody going with Avishai or Jesse, now is the moment. And everyone else can be seated as we welcome up Simone to teach us a little bit about our parasha this Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Our parasha this week is called Yitro. In our portion, after the Israelites left Egypt, as they go through the desert, they don't know what to do and are relying on Moses to inquire with God in nature. As you imagine, Moses was stressed and burned out, so he probably couldn't meet everyone's needs. Yitro was Moses' father-in-law and a priest of his own religion. He joined the Israelites in the desert and became a Jew. Yitro asked Moses, "What is the thing you do for the people, and why do you act alone?" Moses explained to him he was applying God's law and helping resolve everyone's problems. Yitro tells him he cannot act alone and will need help from others, which leads me to my question. Using Moses as an example, is leadership a one-person show, or is leadership getting help and support from others? Rabbi Judah raises a similar question. Rabbi Judah wonders whether Moses is acting more superior than God or the Israelites, even though that might not be his intention. Rabbi Judah is curious, and Moses thinks he has the wisdom and power to advise them all. However, Moses cannot work alone because he cannot meet everyone's needs. No leader can meet everyone's needs by themselves because society needs everyone to work as a team and everyone needs a role. Rabbi Eliezer of Modim explained how Moses is going to get exhausted. Rabbi Eliezer said that as Moses gets more and more tired, he will begin to exhaust the people. That makes the people irritable, so that he just gets more and more tired, and that makes everyone's job hard. Nobody gets what they need, so it becomes an unhealthy cycle. In hockey, our coach is our leader, although everyone on the team has their specific job. Our coach coaches us through our games and practices, but they cannot do everything. The coach helps us with what we can do, but we have to take the lesson our coach explained to us and use it in a game. Leading on to what Yitro said about Moses not being able to do everything by himself, every team has 2 to 3 coaches, and that is because there is too much to do for one person. By taking on all the leadership by yourself, you will get tired and burn out. If one coach can't win a hockey game by themselves, then Moses definitely cannot build a whole nation by himself. A good leader also has to be a good teacher. A good leader needs to be a good teacher in hockey because everyone needs to understand the rules and parts and the rules of the game. For Moses, he has to train everyone on the rules for the nation of Israel and the laws of God. In the end, Yitro helped Moses see that the nation of Israel, like hockey or like school, like Canada, or like anything else in the world, has to be a team sport and not a one-person show.
Yashikoa. So our Torah reading this Shabbat can be found on page, we begin at Exodus chapter 18, verse 1, and that's on page 471 in our Clout commentary. Simone will be joined by her proud parents, Ronnie and Dennis, as she reads from the Torah. She also has the Aliyah, the blessing before and after the Torah this morning, to be by her side. Ta'amod et habat mitzvah adabat sviva Ronnie le'aliyah. Sorry. Okay. Pardon? Okay. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. אמן. וישמע איתו כהן מדיין חותן משה את כל אשר עשה אלוהים למשה ולישראל עמו. כי הוציא אדוני את ישראל ממצרים, ויקח איתו חותן משה את ציפורה אשת משה, אחר שלוחיה, ואת שני בניך אשר שם אחד כרשום, כי אמר גר הייתי בארץ נוכריה, ושם אחד אליעזר כאלוהי אבי בעזרי, ויצילני מחרב פרעה. ויבוא איתו חותן משה, ובניו ואשתו על משה אל המדבר, אשר הוא חונה שם על האלוהים. ויאמר משה אני חותנך איתו בא אליך ואשתך ושני בניך עמה. ויצא משה לקראת חונו, וישתחו וישקחו, וישאלו איש לרעהו לשלום, ויבואו על חרב. וספר משה לחותנו את כל אשר עשה אדוני לפרעה ולמצרים על אודות ישראל, את כל התלאה אשר מצאתם בדרך, ויצילם אדוני. וחד איתו על כל הטובה אשר עשה אדוני לישראל, אשר הצילו מיד מצרים. ויאמר איתו ברוך אדוני אשר הציל אתכם מיד מצרים ומיד פרעה, אשר הציל את העם מתחת יד מצרים. עתה ידעתי כי גדול אדוני מכל אלוהים, כי בדבר אשר צדו אלוהיהם. ויקח איתו חותן משה על המזבחים לאלוהים, ויבוא אחרון ורוב זקני ישראל וכל לחם עם חותן משה לפני האלוהים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Mishabera, Avatenu Ve'imotenu, Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, now bless you, Simone, who in celebrating Bat Mitzvah this Shabbat has brought honor to the Torah and honor to our congregation. We pray that you will always be among those who are responsive to the needs of the Jewish people and the commandments of our God. The Nomad, together we say, Amen. So you can get a hug and a kiss from mom and dad, and you can sit down for the moment. Okay. Yashika. We rise to honor the Torah as it is lifted and redressed and brought back to its home in the ark.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Torah Shema Moshe Lifnei Yisrael Ani Adonai Eloheinu
And you may be seated. But Simone, I'm going to call you up again. So we just wanted to take this opportunity to, share a few words of celebration and share a few nice words about you. So, Mazel Tov on your Bat Mitzvah this Shabbat. What a milestone to reach. So we learned that your Hebrew name is Adar, and when we learned that, we spoke about how this coming week we are actually about to enter into the Hebrew month of Adar. It is the one in which we celebrate Purim, although with this being a leap year, there are 2 months of Adar, Adar Aleph this month and Adar Bet, and so that's when we will celebrate Purim in Adar Bet. But the Talmud has a saying about Adar with its eye on Purim. Mishe nichnas Adar marbin b'simcha. When we enter Adar, we increase in happiness. We hope that today is one that you'll look back on fondly and with joy and happiness, and that the memory of this simcha will bring you happiness. As someone who I've learned has a generally very cheerful disposition, a positive outlook, may you equally always strive to continue bringing joy and happiness to your loved ones and those around you, the way that you have to us and to them this Shabbat. So let's speak for just a second then about Shabbat, specifically the parasha, Yitro, from which you just chanted. So the message that you taught us was so powerful because it's one of Judaism's fundamental truths, that we can't do this alone. Shortly after where you left off, the Torah will pick up on Moses with Yitro's encouragement, establishing a system of magistrates, a court essentially, so that only the hardest and the most high priority cases would reach all the way to the very top, to Moses. And this is after Yitro tells Moses, Ki chaved mimcha hadabar, lo tuchal asahu levadecha. This thing is too heavy for you and you literally cannot do it alone. The beautiful thing about being here then, at this moment, on this day, is that it reinforces that you never need, in fact, you cannot, as a Jew, be a Jew by yourself. That's why we celebrate in community. So Simone, may you always know on this day, which we celebrate in the presence of your loved ones and your congregation, that Judaism, just like your favorite sport, hockey, is not a solo sport. Your community will always be your team and will always have your back. The Mazel Tov once more. And so we sang these words a little bit earlier, but this time we say it especially to you, these ancient words of blessing, the threefold priestly benediction. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and protect you. Ken yehi ratzon, may it be God's will. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, may God's presence always shine upon you and be gracious towards you. Ken yehi ratzon, may it be God's will. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may God's favor turn towards you and grant you that most precious gift of shalom, of peace. Ken yehi ratzon, may it be God's will. And since this is a special Jewish memory, we always at this time, whether it's here in our family service or in our main sanctuary, we ask you're already standing, we ask also your immediate family to rise as we sing together the Shehechianu blessing. We can see them all delighted in these first two rows. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu. Mazel tov.
Woo! Mazel tov!
Et Yom HaShabbat v'yikadshehu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. All right. Oh, what a beautiful color. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Amon tzilem v'narech.
And maybe one more time for Simone. We'll do it on table 4. Simone Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simone Tov, Simone Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simone Tov, Simone Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simone Tov.